European Commission. Energy, climate change, environment. Gas and oil coordination groups take stock of situation on gas and oil markets. The Gas Coordination Group confirmed that the EU's gas security of supply remains largely unaffected, with storage levels only slightly below pre-crisis averages. The group observed that reaching a storage level of 80% at the end of summer would be enough to secure winter supply. The group agreed that the refilling of EU gas storage should be carefully weighed against economic considerations, noting that EU countries have not planned any additional interventions so far. Moreover, the group considered that where the storage target set out in legislation may not be achieved, EU countries may consider activating the regulatory flexibilities in a timely manner. The Oil Coordination Group discussed the follow-up to the adoption of the Accelerate EU communication of the 22nd of April, which introduces specific actions for crude oil and petroleum products, such as the launch of a fuel observatory providing close to real-time tracking of supply, stocks, imports, and exports. Moreover, mandated by energy ministers at the Extraordinary Transport, Telecommunications and Energy Council meeting on the 31st of March, the Commission has been collecting national data on available stocks and market conditions, with a view to providing an EU-wide regional assessment of the situation. The data already obtained indicates that the supplies of jet fuel remain sufficient to cover demand at the moment. Nevertheless, the duration of the closure of the Strait of Hormuz could have a significant impact in the forthcoming weeks. The information collected will serve as a basis for coordinated actions and measures at EU level, such as the release of stocks already committed under the IEA call for collective action. The Commission will continue to assess the overall impact of the situation in the Middle East and Europe, support coordinated action as needed, and maintain regular communication with EU countries, the IEA, and market participants. Commission proposes actions to protect Europeans from the fossil energy crisis and accelerate the shift to clean, homegrown energy. For the second time in less than 5 years, Europeans are paying the price of Europe's dependency on imported fossil fuels. Accelerate EU is the Commission's toolbox to bring immediate relief to European households and industries, especially the most vulnerable ones, while putting Europe on a steady pathway to energy independence. Since the escalation of the conflict in the Middle East, the EU has spent an additional €24 billion on energy imports due to higher prices, without receiving a single extra molecule of energy. The current geopolitical situation is a stark reminder that accelerating the transition to clean, secure, and affordable energy is an economic and security imperative. Accelerate EU presents both short-term and structural measures with longer-term effect to further reduce dependency on volatile fossil fuel markets and build Europe's resilience against future risks based on homegrown clean energy and electrification. Ursula von der Leyen, President of the European Commission, said, "The choices we make today will shape our ability to face the challenges of today and the crises of tomorrow. Our Accelerate EU strategy will bring both immediate and more structural relief measures to European citizens and businesses. We must accelerate the shift to homegrown, clean energies. This will give us energy independence and security, and mean we are better able to weather geopolitical storms." The Commission proposes the following actions. Coordination is key. The Commission will ensure that measures at member state level will be done in full coordination. This includes refilling of underground gas storages, use of flexibilities in filling rules, or any exceptional releases of oil stocks. Oil and gas coordination groups meet frequently to ensure full situational awareness among member states. National emergency measures and measures aimed at ensuring the availability of jet fuel and diesel, including the availability of oil refinery production capacities, should be closely coordinated. A new fuel observatory will be established to track EU production, imports, exports, and stock levels of transport fuels. This will enable swift identification of potential shortages and, in the case of emergency stock releases, inform targeted measures to maintain balanced fuel distribution. To mitigate the impact of high fuel prices and possible fuel shortages on the EU aviation sector, the Commission will also provide clarity on existing flexibilities within the EU aviation framework.